Okay, so this rich guy was doing love spells for money. He tried to alter something with the ritual that he did on the rising star. Oh, to make me not a starseed, eh? And cause destruction to a high priest, a mature woman, and a boss were working on my chakras with a third party. They was invested in my divinity. That's the truth. Now they in their thoughts because I have too much self-love to be lustful. I'm a sweetheart. A Jezebel gave somebody false information or false documents, false statements. So they would commit to them. Now they feel like they're in bondage and they want to leave. Somebody is jealous and envious of a karmic femme that was working for the ops. They're awakening that I'm protected. That's why he got blocked.
Oh my gosh, it's so dark.
They tried to cause illusions to my ascending in my pathway so that I wouldn't be in alignment for real love. A community did this. Now they in prison for giving me the evil eye. They wasn't expecting me to move on and have some type of new beginning. They was working for the ops and they told them they would get some type of abundance, some type of unexpected money. That judgment would go in their favor if they manifested this love offer and caused conflict by spinning a false narrative about somebody in high honor. That's why they having entities, because they done summoned up this entity. That's why they having entities. That's why they having endings, because they done summoned this entity through death magic. They have faith in this plan, and now they surprised. Now they surprised that this healer, this divine masculine, this twin flame, they finding out that you a karmic and I'm a divine feminine. That's why your ass got a health concern. This is what they saying. That's why he's sick like that. That's why he been going crazy like that. You traveled and you was happy about something legal, or you thought if you traveled you would be this is giving me like in the clear. I don't know why I'm getting that. In the clear of some legal issues because of the voodoo that you did on this earth angel, maybe to make her an ice queen. Yep, you wanted me to be a karmic femme. That's why you did these rituals. Or that's why this karmic femme did them rituals. Yep, and you have faith in these plans. Because you was jealous and envious. That was that spirit. But I have faith in my high honor, in my divine, my divinity, in the divine, that they got my back, baby. Yep. And this has got you, and my faith got you conflicted. All right. What's transition? Ooh. Ooh, this is giving me in the distant future, the ancestors of a nice guy is gonna bring him home. That's what it's giving me. Because of this entity attachment and this death magic. Because you want to be jealous and envious. Because you wanted to be a boss. Or because you came for this boss, this mature woman, this high priestess. Yep, because you wanted to be a boss. Was never going to happen. Because I'm too protected. Or what you protected, what you thought you was protected from was false. That entity, you thought that entity was protecting you? You thought that entity was protecting you? Yeah, alright. That's why you were so happy to do these rituals. Divine masculine. Yep. Yep. Because of this love offer. Because of these illusions that you tried to cause. You're going to get a message that I was too high vibing for this lust demon to be a Jezebel, to commit to you. Whoever told you that, it was all false. It was all false. It was all fake that you would be able to do this. Now you in emotional pain and in your thoughts, how you couldn't change the fact that I was filled with love. That's why you couldn't cause this earth angel destruction, Mr. Twin Flame you. I don't care what kind of divination you did or what they told you. It was fake. That's why you getting bad karma for these rituals that you did on this rising star. That you was obsessed with doing, Mr. Nice Guy you. That's why you're having endings. Or you're going to have endings to money and unexpected money and abundance. Baby, when I say I ain't making it up, I ain't making it up. You will have no new beginnings. And you getting some type of communication about this. Instead of having self-love for yourself and actually bossing up to be the boss that you painted yourself to be, you decided that you was going to invest in some voodoo. You thought that you would invest in some voodoo and do love spells to get me to be in a family with you? Be for real. Once again, I'm too balanced for this bullshit. Now these legal issues you got you mentally and emotionally unstable. In the distant future, your ancestors is going to be unbothered. They're going to be unbothered. You ain't getting no more new beginnings. You imprisoned yourself to a community. You trapped yourself with a community. Once you decided that you was even going to think the thought to have a star seed in poverty. Boss. Yeah, all right, demon. A boss demon. That's about what it's looking like to me. That's why your ass under judgment. Because you was being a flying monkey. And you surprised that a mature woman didn't turn into an ice queen? That's the truth. So am I the mature woman in this story, or am I the mature woman in just this story? I don't think this is for every story. I'm just the mature woman in this story because I was more mature than your old thieving ass. You can trust that a health concern is the only thing you achieved. This person of high honor, this divine femme, I know you was a karmic masculine because I'm a high priestess. Now you want to be conflicted about the false narrative you spun, about the death magic you did, all because you was jealous and envious. And you had faith that my divinity will somehow get you to get some real love. Oh, you was jealous and envious of my faith and my divinity and the fact that I was going to have real love. Oh, and that a rich guy was going to get the gift. Oh, and you knew he was my soulmate? That's why you worked with this karmic feminist third party? When I moved away from you, when I moved on, you employed these people from this group that you're a part of to manipulate my destined path. Whatever you manifested, I was protected from you ops. From this evil eye you was sending me because I left your ass. Once again, I'm still a healer and I'm still ascending. You cannot keep me in bondage. You cannot bind me. You cannot bound me. It was never none of that. You thought you traveled to happiness, and now you mad at a sweetheart because she blocked you? You woke now of how successful I am. Now you want to see. Now you want to see. My lips crusty. I look crusty right about now today. It was a busy day, y'all. And you surprised about some type of illusions that you put over a job of a nice guy? I don't know where that investment card just went. That's why he about to leave and desert your ass? What he was committed to doing for you? You trying to act like you unbothered that he traveled? And act like you happy about this new start? But you not. But you, that's exactly what I was about to say. But you not. Love offer? What's love offer? A family was trying to manifest me to abandon something. Yup, this star seed, which y'all wanted me to abandon. That's why you did rituals on this rising star to have her in heartbreak. You wanted me to abandon my faith? You want me to abandon the divine? Double standards in reverse. Different people are held at different standards. So now, a divine masculine is about to transition for a love offer that he either gave or took from a family. This card is giving me gave, but I mean, they could be putting a cup in his hand, so it could be took. But that's just giving me here. I could be wrong now. I don't know. Oh, you took an offer to help them manifest me to be a karmic femme. That's why y'all was sending death and evil eye to my chakras. You didn't want me in alignment. You wanted me to abandon the fact that I was a healer, that I was supposed to ascend. know you wanted me involved in bud. I know you wanted me in bondage. That's why my unbothered ass still traveled away from you. You was supposed to choose happiness over this animosity towards this sweetheart. You was supposed to choose happiness over animosity towards this sweetheart. You know, this divine feminine. But instead, you wanted to be a karmic masculine to this high priest. You was supposed to be a nice guy, but instead you decided to be an op. Protected from this entity attachment. Oh, then you would have been protected from this entity attachment. Ooh, but now you in prison because you chose to go the other way. Ooh, right now. This right now. This is current energy. Ooh, this entity attachment was supposed to have me mentally and emotionally unstable. Oh, so that's what would have turned me into a karmic femme. So I was thinking that too. So this entity, did I explain this already? This is like an entity of, like, of course, chaos, magic, confusion, shit like that. But it was supposed to make me lose my mind. This is what this entity was supposed to do. That's the generational curse. That's how I broke the curse. I cracked the code. Because I didn't let this entity, this disease, take over me. It's not really a disease. It's a demon. Now you getting communication about what you invested in with the boss, and you can trust the fact that you're going to be having endings, because your ancestors is nowhere to be found. They have abandoned you. They have disowned you for what you did to this rich girl. Now you want to wake up that we supposed to be twin flames. That if you would have followed this sweetheart, you would have had new beginnings. You yourself would have been single, sexy, and successful. You would have been protected. You would have been protected. But instead, you decided to do death magic and evil eye, my manifestations, my faith, and my divinity. You decided to be an op and work with a third party. Once I moved on for your ass, now you want to realize it was real love. But wasn't you trying to change this earth angel and have me have a health concern? Ain't this what you got paid to do? Ain't this what you was expecting to get paid from? If you could bind me up and kill the fact that I had self-love, you did love spells on my intuition, so I couldn't see you. This is giving me glamour magic, along with sex magic and whatever else magic you were doing, because you was jealous and envious that my occupation made me abundant. So you worked with a group or organization to manipulate my pathway and my chakras? You were obsessed? I don't even feel like reading that pile. Yep. That's why you spun this false narrative, to make me look like a karmic femme. And then you went behind yourself to try and make it true with spell work. Now in the distant future, a healer, a community, love spells. I'm going to heal a community from the love spell you put them under to get them to spin this false narrative. Once everybody find out you sick, a mature woman, a divine feminine, Oh, so in this story, I'm the mature woman, the divine feminine, the person in high honor. They're gonna find out that you did voodoo on me. Yep, you. They're gonna find out that you did voodoo on me. Yep, and that you was false. Yep, and that you was doing divination. That's why your ass is gonna be under judgment if you ain't already. Legal in the reverse. You tried to block the fact that you was gonna have legal issues. You was doing spell work on the legal system to try and achieve something. I don't even care to know anymore. I want to know about this family. That's what I want to know. Yeah, the family of this starseed. That's what I want to know. Yep, the family of this divine feminine. Yep, that's what I want to know. Yep. Show me. Show me. What about this family? Actual money. Divine feminine. Karmic feminine. High honor. Ops. Distant future. False narrative is coming to an ending. Okay. So now this divine masculine is going through endings, or he gonna transition for taking the love offer from a family for money. They paid him to make a divine feminine, a karmic feminine. They must didn't like that I was a high honor. So they got him to work with the ops. They got him to be a flying monkey. Now in the distant future, that false narrative that they spun about me is going to come to an end. Because people know that I have self-love. People know that I love myself. That's why you're getting bad karma. And this unexpected money that this soulmate thought he was going to get from this rich girl got him real mad. Real mad. And what he learning got him in bondage. Now his pathway is to be immensely emotionally unstable. Mentally and emotionally unstable, because you want to be obsessed with my stability, or you was obsessed to being initiated into this group or this organization. You was expecting some type of achievements from this star seed. If you was able to put her in poverty, a mature woman is getting communication that what you invested in was very lustful for you to try and cause destruction to somebody's occupation for money. This mature woman mad at you. Ooh, she is mad at you for doing a love spell on somebody that's filled with love to make them a Jezebel. You and this third party you worked with, that's why y'all having legal issues. Because you tried to block my ascension. You tried to block me ascending to my highest and greatest good. That's what you tried to block. That's what you manifested when you was evil-eyeing this earth angel. And if you didn't think you was, knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't matter. The ethers do not agree. The universe did not agree with what you was trying to manifest. All because you was jealous and envious. All because you was sick. Yeah. You tried to fuck with, that's what you tried to alter or change. A sweetheart's chakras. My heart chakra, you wanted me to be cold. A ice queen, you wanted me to cold. You thought that if you left me, I would just be so heartbroken and I would never want to love or stop. I would never want to love again. That's why you did this death magic on this twin flame. Yep. That's why you did voodoo. Because you never wanted me to be able to love somebody or for somebody to love me. You wanted me so cold that I just exited love out my mind. Once I moved on, you awakened that I was a healer, and you was surprised how you was karmic, how you was an enemy. And now you understand why your ancestors ain't fucking with you. Because you did rituals on a rising star's divinity. Somebody that was already successful. You wanted them to be having an entity attachment. You tried to attach a mental demon to me. Fuck a deaf demon? Fuck a lust demon. You wanted to attach a mental demon to me so that I could be crazy. That's the truth about this mature man. Or this mature man trusted that this commitment would work. Or you can trust that this mature man committed to traveling after I left him. So you was, that's why you broke. Because you spent so much money traveling and on so much goddamn spell work. Now you broke. You was happy to cause me emotional pain. That's why your ass was traveling. Because you was happy to do it. You gonna be in your thoughts about this message. Or about a message you get. Yep, this third party thought you was in your north node. That couple that you work with, they thought you was in your north node. They thought you was in your divinity. I don't know how they thought that. I don't know how they thought that. This community, I don't know how they thought that. That's why they was happy to work with you. They didn't know you was a piece of shit. Real love, twin flame. Oh, they thought you loved me and I really hurt your feelings. Oh, they didn't know that you was trying to achieve me being an ice queen. They didn't know that. Oh, they didn't know you was a part of this group or this organization. They didn't know that you was obsessed with me. Now they see that I'm too balanced to be angry. I'm not angry. Instead of real love, you chose a Jezebel. Stop. Would you stop? You just need to accept that. Instead of real love, you chose a Jezebel. You didn't want real love with a divine family. You wanted a nasty, raunchy, busted open for anybody bitch. And now you jealous and envious of my achievements. You about to reap what you sow. Whatever you wanted for me. You getting karma because this was real love. You were supposed to pick me, not a Jezzy. Not a Jezzy. You were supposed to pick me. Not that I'm a pick me. That's why I left your ass. Never. Oh, and you want to be surprised. Don't be surprised now. What's actual money? Happiness. You thought that this job that you took, this love offer you took, you thought you would be so happy. And you're finding out that you're in poverty. Yep, you're finding out that you're in poverty. That's your karma. Bliss. Bliss. Because y'all keep waking him up. Ah, I'm cracking up. You surprised I don't have an entity attachment? You surprised I don't have an entity attachment? That's funny. BRB.